Building to a crescendo all week, and very shortly it will be for real. We have all the action for you live. Hello and welcome to a stadium known as the Pearl locally, the King Fahd Stadium here in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. I'm Derek Ray, and my commentary partner here on the gantry is the former Arsenal and West Ham player Stuart Robson. And every reason to believe we're in for an entertaining match here. It's Al Nassr versus Inter Miami.
The best coach I played under would always tell us before kick-off, earn the right to play. If you can win your individual battles, outrun your opponent, eventually you'll get the space to show your ability. I'm sure that's being echoed by the coaches here today.
So here is the lineup. Kingsley Coman plays with Sadio Mane out wide, and leading the attack today is Cristiano Ronaldo. This is what they'll be facing today.
Well, this system gives them a good defensive base. A well-drilled back four, a solid midfield with wide players tucking in, and two forwards who can press the ball. But does it provide enough fluidity going forward? I'm never sure.
And the referee gets this game going. Every reason to believe this should be a cracker. Mohamed Simakan. Ayman Yahya. Joao Felix. Inigo Martinez. Simakan. Sultan Al-Ghanam. Now Brozovic. Al-Ghanam. Simakan. On the offensive. Options in the centre. Ronaldo! Oh my goodness! He's caught that so well! A goal of the highest class. Fantastic technique. Well, the ball is moving once more. How important will that opening goal prove to be? Ayala. Allen. De Paul. Ayala here. And room now out on the flank. But they took care of the situation defensively. Cristiano Ronaldo. The cross comes over from Mane. Body on the line. Delivering it into the box. Using all his defensive acumen to cut it out. Allen with it. Nicely regaining possession. Mane. Sadio Mane now. And in the right position to make sure it didn't go all the way through. Brozovic. Took a nick on the way through, so a corner here. Played in by Brozovic. Well, sitting deep and just trying to form a really coherent block.
They have to play higher up the pitch.
Brozovic. Mane. And the shot. Well, decent effort, but not troubling the keeper too much. Segovia. And he did well to cut it out. Decides to shoot. Well, there is a goalkeeper with a fine technique. And eventually, goalkeeper's ball.
Well, you can sense the relief amongst his teammates, but what a first save that was.
They want another goal. And given free rein to run. And the pass deftly cut out. Lovely ball.
Yeah, really good vision there.
And the snuffing out of the cross there. It's a good-looking pass. And the harmless cross gobbled up. Mane. Joao Felix. And snuffed out the danger immediately, shielding the ball superbly. Rodrigo de Paul. Bright. Showing a great defensive instinct. Illegally stopping the attack. And reaches for the yellow card.
Yeah, it wasn't the best of challenges, was it?
Could really help the cause. Oh, they were in a decent position too.
Yeah, just stopped it in its tracks there.
Well, that's splendid play. Oh, fine play, and maybe it'll set something up. Well, he was dreaming of scoring, but ruled offside.
Well, it all happened very quickly, so I wouldn't criticise him too much. At least he was in there.
Reading of the game. It is to be a throw-in. A very timely interception. Mane. On to Messi. Well, that's a fine-looking pass. This could be the equalizer. Keeper did his job to begin with. And a goal! Real excitement here, the equalizer.
Well, let's take another look. Yeah, he won't get an easier finish than that. The defending was all over the place, though.
So underway again, following the goal that made things level. Al-Khanam. Ayman Yahya. And it's with Inigo Martinez. Brozovic. Moving it forward. Now Brozovic. This is Coman. On the ball, Joao Felix. A good vision there. Untidy to lose the ball. Promising position, this. Able to deal with the threat. Now with Bright. Pass chiseled nicely. Delivered into the box. Oh, amazing reflex action. I wondered if that header was going to end up being a goal.
Wow, what a reflex save that was.
The corner courtesy of Lionel Messi. Well, nearly shaving the post with that header. Brozovic. And it's with Inigo Martinez. That is that for the first half here. Well, they've clearly done their homework on Joao Felix, and he's been taken right out of this game.
Yeah, you can see his frustration. He just can't get himself involved in those key areas.
So back at it, into the second half, and who's to say how this is going to end up? On to Bright. Allen. Coman. Oh, nice ball. And Mane in the thick of things. Working so hard to win back possession. Well, they might be able to launch a counter-attack. Just fizzled out completely. Oh, could be an opportunity here. Gives it a go. And a relatively straightforward save for the keeper. Well, made it look routine, but read it well.
Good positioning to win the ball back there.
Oh, great vision. Mane! And there is the goal to re-establish their advantage.
Well, let's look at this again. To pick out this pass shows wonderful vision. It's inch perfect. And Mane's movement and penalty box awareness makes this finish look easy. That's a nice goal.
Well, back underway as we reflect on the goal that's made it 2-1. Segovia. And he takes it away. Coman. Joao Felix. Nicely played. And Coman's in here. It's in. They're looking really relaxed and confident. And not giving the opposition much of a look in.
Just watch this again. Joao Felix's pass is inch perfect, but I think the defending is poor. How can the goalkeeper be left so exposed with two players running at him? Mind you, it's still a great team goal.
So back underway, 3-1 the score. Ayala. Rodrigo de Paul. Well, it's a decent looking attack, this. And to trim the lead. And that is defending of the highest order. Is this the moment? A goal! Just what they needed. Still plenty of life in this match.
Well, here's the replay. He does well to find that bit of space in the box, and then he shows a lot of composure to finish it off. That's a good goal.
Well, the action underway once more, and no shortage of entertainment. 3-2. Mane. Ayman Yahya. And so 30 minutes left for play in this one. Yahya. Well, it's a textbook example of dynamic passing.
Well, they move the ball so well, don't they?
Inigo Martinez. Well, the attack fizzled out. Just have to make sure they don't get caught on the counter-attack. Well, they couldn't quite use that break in the manner that they'd hoped. Inigo Martinez. Sultan Al-Ghanam. Yahya. Could be dangerous. Can they make the connection here? And I think the threat has been averted. Ayala in possession. Perfect tackle. Suarez. Messi. He read the situation defensively and did his job. Yahya. Now Brozovic. Mane. It's looking promising. Crucial piece of defending. Nervy clearance. Brozovic. Well, a misplaced pass there.
Yeah, that's not very good, is it?
Oh, that's a super piece of defending. Joao Felix. Potential danger here. Will it go in? Oh, they're not out of trouble. And second time around, he scores. But the keeper left to wonder what his defenders were doing.
He did everything right there by shooting across the keeper. Mind you, it's a good follow-up.
So the current scoreline, 4-2. Another perfect position to read it. That's a good-looking ball. Keeper did his job to begin with. And in at the second time of asking. Just what was required.
Well, when you see this again, I think the goalkeeper's very unlucky. He makes a good initial save, but the ball comes off of him, rebounds straight to an attacker, and the finish is excellent.
Well, how about this? 4-3. Mane. Yahya. Sultan Al-Ghanam. It's with Kingsley Coman. Joao Felix. Chance to do damage. Coman. Really fine piece of defending play to break us up. Good-looking effort! Well, they couldn't quite muster a real threat. Now the counter-attack looks on. Well, it looked so promising, but it all comes to nothing.
Yeah, I have to say, really solid defending there.
Depol. Interception to snuff out the danger. That's a good pass. Is it going to be? Fine goalkeeping to push that away. He'll have a go here. And getting enough on the ball to steer us away. Well, with 5 minutes remaining and just one goal between them, still the prospect of late excitement in this match. Well, late in the game here, they know what they need, and that's an equalizer. Well, might be. And a good take under duress there. Brozovic. Mane. On the ball, Joao Felix. Simakon. Now Brozovic. And there to intervene. Oh, in with a chance! Well, the break looked promising, but the danger has been averted. Quick counter could be on. Well, 3 minutes of stoppage time added on here. Loves to attack from the wide areas. Well, they're allowing him to run and run and run. This could square the game. But no, thanks to the goalkeeper, opportunity not taken.
Well, you're absolutely right, Derek. The keeper's done really well there, but really that should have been the equaliser, and there's not long left now.
Flag raised for offside. Well, they've decided to make a change. Lot to like about that pass. The referee blows for full time. It ends at a victory for the home team. No complaints from the fans here.
They didn't dominate the game by any means today, but overall they had the better of the chances and just about deserved their win.
Well, no getting away from it. The real catalyst for his side tonight, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Well, I have to say, that was impressive. Not just his goals, but his all-round play. He was excellent.